Talk Show. I'm Vera.
And I'm Shannon. The world is moving too fast and we cannot even catch up with. A lot of changes are happening. For example, the recent elections in the United States, the UK, and France. So today, let's see some latest progress of the elections and potential effect that they will bring to local energy industries.
Yes, first let's check on the US. The two main candidates are the same as in 2020. Current President Joe Biden faces little serious opposition for the Democratic nomination. That's despite his poor debate performance in June, which led some Democrats to question his competence and cast doubt on his candidacy. While Biden's predecessor, Donald Trump, easily defeated many of his rivals in the Republican primaries.
We have found a video of their first debate, and let's check it out.
President Trump, will you take any action as president to slow the climate crisis?
So I want absolutely immaculate clean water, and I want absolutely clean air, and we had it. We had H2O. We had the best numbers ever, and we were using all forms of energy, all forms, everything. And yet, during my 4 years, I had the best environmental numbers ever. And my top environmental people gave me that statistic just before I walked on the stage, actually.
I don't know where the hell he's been. The idea that anything he said is true. I've passed the most extensive climate change legislation in history. We find ourselves, and by the way, black colleges. I came up with $15 billion for HBCUs, historic black universities and colleges, because they don't have the kind of contributors that they have to build these laboratories and the like. Any black student is capable in college of doing any white student can do. They just don't have the money, but now they'll be able to get those jobs in high tech. We're in a situation where the idea that he is claiming to have done something that had the cleanest water, he hadn't done a damn thing for the environment. He pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord. I immediately joined it because if we reach 1.5 degrees Celsius at any one point, where there's no way back. The only existential threat to humanity is climate change, and he didn't do a damn thing about it. He wants to undo all that I've done.
The Paris Accord was going to cost us $1 trillion, and China nothing, and Russia nothing, and India nothing. It was a ripoff of the United States. And I ended it because I didn't want to waste that money because they treat us horribly. We were the only ones who was costing us money. Nobody else was paying into it. And it was a disaster. But everything that he said just now, I'll give you an example. I heard him say before insulin. I'm the one that got the insulin down for the seniors. I took care of the seniors. What he's doing is destroying all of our medical programs because the migrants coming in, they want everybody. And look, I have the biggest heart on the stage, I guarantee you that. And I want to take care of people. But we're destroying our country. They're taking over our schools, our hospitals, and they're going to be taking over Social Security. He is destroying Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
There's a prominent difference of their performance if you saw the first election debate. Also, they have a very different attitude towards the development of new energy. Biden is likely to take a cautious approach to tariffs. He seeks multilateral cooperation, heavily promotes solar energy, and maintains a very tough yet cooperative stance on China. While Trump imposed the high tariffs, focused on trade protectionism, supported traditional energy over solar, and adopted very tough stance on China to curb its global influence.
The United States Clean Energy Association recently claimed that the cost of solar modules imported from China in the US may increase significantly. In mid-May this year, the US Department of Commerce officially announced the launch of anti-dumping and countervailing investigations on crystalline silicon PV cells. Whether assembled into modules or not, imported from Cambodia, Malaysia, Thailand, and Vietnam, and imposed tariffs on solar cells imported from China, whether assembled into modules or not. That may hit some of those leading Chinese companies set factories in Southeast Asia.
So things may get worse if Trump was elected. Maybe for both the US and China, since he's very supportive on domestic manufacturing and the tariffs could rise a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Let's just wait and see. Next, let's see some latest news about the UK. The UK elections aren't as lively as the US, but they have their own charm.
Yes, Labour won the majority in 2024 general election. Keir Starmer, the new prime minister, has pledged significant changes to address various economic and social issues in the UK. He also made ambitious pledges to double onshore wind capacity, triple solar power, and quadruple onshore wind by 2030. By that year, he aims to completely eliminate fossil fuels from the energy grid.
Yeah, his vision sharply contrasts with that of his conservative predecessor. Rishi Sunak consistently reversed green initiatives and approved new fossil fuel projects in what seemed to be a misguided attempt to boost his popularity, ultimately harming the country's energy transition and security.
But according to latest stats, around two-thirds of the planned renewable energy projects in the UK haven't materialized over the past 5 years, with many being halted for various reasons. The implementation also facing significant hurdles. The approval process are too long, infrastructure are outdated, and fragile supply chains are slowing down the expansion of green energy installation, potentially jeopardizing the country's climate goals.
So let's look forward to this new prime minister's performance. Now let's check on France. They say French voters had once again kept the far right out of power. But for uncertainties, there are a hung parliament, shaky alliances, and the threat of turbulent years ahead.
Exactly. French President Emmanuel Macron has called for early parliament elections in France to clarify the political situation. But after the shock second round results, the water is muddier than it has been in decades. The election scene delivered a chaotic result, with no party taking enough seats for a majority in parliament, plunging French politics into turmoil that could last months.
The French sky now seems a bit more gloomy than in the UK.
Yes, thus climate change and net zero are not expected to be a key focus in the French election, as perceived opposition to green policies has grown over the past year in Europe.
The election follows significant losses for the French Green Party in the European Parliament elections, which contributed to fears that the swing towards right-wing parties could lead to a weakening of climate ambition in the country. One of the main issues this time is about energy bills.
Yes, the country's then Prime Minister Elizabeth Borne announced the plans to renationalize National Electricity Firm and nuclear plant operator EDF, out of the concern about the energy prices and the security sword.
There's something we can still look forward to.
So this is our weekly talk of today. Thank you for watching. If you want more information and have some great ideas for us, you can tell us on our social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and YouTube. You can also visit our website solarbeglobal.com for more industry news. See you next week.
Okay, bye-bye. See you.